Hello, beautiful beings. Wild tribe, what is up? Spending some time in nature, and this is always the place where I just channel the strongest. And yesterday I had wanted to do this, and I was fighting it. I was fighting the current. I was fighting the flow that I was feeling. And I was, moving through my moon, moving through cycles as I'm here in beautiful South Florida. Currently receiving land codes. I've been here since oh my gosh, I feel like I got here Thursday or Friday of last week. And now I am, coming to the end of my trip for now. I'm actually going to be relocating here for a couple of months, and it's interesting because I find myself shifting so much, and I was like, I want to share, right? I want to share my story, share what's been going on, what my thought processes are here, and share this with the intention of going through my own healing, and then in my own clarity, and then also, being able to support and hold space for others who might feel something similar. So here I am, this wild Hara goddess, fairy, dragon travels, and I have felt that so deeply within the pits of my core. I know that I'm meant to travel. I'm meant to explore. I'm meant to continue to share my music, performing my music. And I have this vision of, and I know all of it's possible. I know all of it's possible. I know all of it is a thing. It's reality. It can be totally blossomed, right? And I feel like it's at that precipice mentally and energetically. I'm just bursting it open. But I've also felt, quite truthfully, some of those limiting beliefs still coming back up. These kind of struggles, these mental struggles of I'm feeling and trusting, surrendering, and trusting God, trusting source, trusting universe, and trusting yourself. And when you have a big vision, sometimes you feel a little crazy. Sometimes you feel oh my gosh, is this too big? And I've experienced so many beautiful wealth codes. And when I was down here in 2022, and I made some videos of that, I documented a little bit of my journey of me being in Florida, and I was coming to the very start of performing and doing sound healings and sharing my music. And then right around the end of 2022, I came back to Virginia and created so much magic there. Seriously, that's my hometown, born and raised, that's my place. And I did a lot of magic there. I created, Spiritually Savage. I got to record that. Well, it's funny because I had already made the Spiritually Savage lyrics, but actually recorded and had to go viral. And I've been building the other side of my music journey and my music personality, if you will, which is the conscious hip-hop, EDM, rock, just making my music, right? My soul's art. And then also having the channeled sound healings. It's it's such a thing. And I'm okay, stepping into that even more so requires a next level mentality, a next level way of showing up. And, I've been wanting to do the Wild Hara vlog for ever and document my travels. Currently, I'm in Oak Ridge. This is one of my favorite places. I used to bring the dogs here a lot. And this has been a nice portal space for me. For one, I'm hanging out kind of like by the playground because I'm getting those like inner child, healing child codes. But if you look right there, you can see the hard rock guitar, and there's like a river and like these really beautiful like condos by the water, and it's just such a whole vibe. And I've, you know, been in these fields making music and like coming here to like read, meditate, play with the dogs, you know, and just really relax and ground. And I made my I think it was the I love myself meditation. I made it as I was like walking around this park. So it's like, it's really cool to, you know, reflect on like how great it is. It still is, right? That's why I came back here, and I had a lot to like let go of around like guilt around leaving Virginia and like leaving my family and friends and, you know, even like my partner. And it definitely has been like a really big shift because I'm just shedding so much. And I know the environment and the soil that like really supports me and that really grounds me. And I just have to honor that. I have to honor those feelings. And I think about, you know, like everyone who helped me get to where I am now, and with like the chances that I've had to perform, and, you know, my car, like everything has just been like really divinely manifested. And, you know, now I find myself here in Florida, and I love it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it here. And I plan on relocating for a few months. I'm taking on some part-time work. I'm a massage therapist, so I'm going to be doing massage therapy at the casinos most likely, which is so cool because the money is great. And I just love being in that energy. There's that feisty version of me, my feisty self, that like loves to see people win. I love seeing people win. I love seeing people like bet their money. I love seeing people and being in the energy of like a lot of money being exchanged, like millions, literally. So all of that is just me grounding deeper and earthing and giving myself those codes, receiving the codes from the land. And like that, like it kind of even, I've been digging into like astrocartography because, you know, the earth has ley lines, has meridian lines, has different energies, right? Different places carry different energies from the people that lived there, from the earth, from the ancestry and the heritage and the family bloodlines, literally. And so I am tuning in more and more so to like what areas I'm being called to, right? And it's like I have a list, and I can feel where my like focus is right now, and like what I'm coming into, because it's just been a wild ride. I feel like I've just been going through like a whirlwind of emotions, and I'm finally at like a super like just like beautiful balanced space of like, okay, come here, make music, channel. Like, this is the Wild Hara Travels. It's being here to share my stories, share my, you know, my voice, my little bits of wisdom. And, you know, ultimately, because I see like that's my calling, I have kind of struggled with like, I just want this to work. Like, I want this to work. I want to be monetized. I'm calling this in, while also having to be like, I'm already monetized. I already got that. It's already unlocked. Like, it's already a thing. It's done. Like, of course it's done. Of course I'm already monetized. Of course I already am stepping into, of course I've already stepped into that life, being that woman. And, you know, you have to be willing to let the old stories go. Because if you're trying to fucking cling to the old stories, like, you're just not gonna get far, babes. You know, because it really is like shedding the skins. Like, if you want to continue moving forward comfortably with more ease, you have to shed the old layers as you're molting and releasing, you know. And I say this a lot, like, what no longer serves you, but it's like, what does that really mean? What does that really mean, right? To shed the old skins and to release what no longer serves you. There are habits, thoughts, patterns. A lot of these habits end up being like predictive because we've just done them, you know, over and over and over again. We've thought the same thing over and over and over again. And so it's like, in order for you to release that, right, and replace it, you have to replace the dominant thought. And if your dominant thought is, I don't have this, I don't have that, it's hard to do this, it's hard to do that, you have to, that's the thing, is that people want to wait until the thing is done before they say the thing is done. But they want to see it and before they believe it. And it doesn't work like that. You have to see it with your eye and believe it in your body, mind, heart, soul, literally every inch of you, while also releasing attachment because you already have it. And so who would you be? How would you feel as the person that already has the thing? Feeling that super intensely. And I'm just so grateful to be here. This trip has just been so expansive and so amazing. And I'm really glad to be here. I'm really excited to see how these next couple of months evolve and what I step into, because there's a lot happening behind the scenes, I will say. And sometimes I have the tendency to like go into hermit mode and to just want to ground in. But there is a level of radical authenticity and transparency that I want to have with myself and with my community, because I love y'all so much. And I'm so grateful for all my platforms, and like, it's go time. Like, we're leveling up. The music is leveling up. I just released my songs. Like, I have like all these songs. I've been talking about that. I got all these songs in a vault just waiting to be released into the wild. And now I'm like, okay, it's time. It is time. And I do need a home base for that. Like, if I love the car that I'm driving now. I just feel like if I were to seriously do van life, it would have to be some decked out. Like, I would need like a full build. Like, that's what I would really, really want in order to like, and require. Like, that's what I would really require in order to like do van life. And it's okay to like sleep in the car maybe like a night or two, like as I'm traveling and moving, you know, from one place to the other. I just feel like for where I'm at in my life, like, I so desire a home base. And sometimes it can be really difficult because I desire a home base, but also really just want to travel a bunch. And so it's like, where's the happy medium, right? Like, where is that happy medium place of like, where you can say, okay, I allow myself to have both. I allow myself to have both. And I elevate myself enough to have both, financially, mentally, like the whole works. So, releasing what no longer serves you means that you can focus more on what you do want. And focus more on knowing that you can have it. And that, I feel like, sometimes is the hardest part for us. Because if we haven't yet seen it, if we haven't yet experienced it, then how can we feel the feeling of what it's like to have it? And that's where imagination comes in. And the more that you can imagine, and the more that you can be in your creative center, the more that you can be in your divine, sacral root, sacred sexual energy, and really allowing yourself to like dream. Such a big dreamer. I was the daydreamer in class. I was not the one front and center. Maybe in like in art and literature and like poetry, you know, English and like science at some point, and like maybe a little bit of history, I was front and center. But for everything else, I'm in the back doodling and like dreaming my heart away. So yeah, I think that's my share. I just wanted to come on and just do like a little bit of a vlog thing, and to also feel the feels, because this has been wild, and it's about to get even more wild. So I'm like documenting this wild Hara journey, because, you know, I'm gonna be leaving. I honestly might leave either tonight or tomorrow. There's a few friends that I want to see, and so I'm like, okay, maybe I can you know, definitely hang out for tonight, and then when I come back, because I plan on going to Virginia, right, packing my things, figuring out what I'm taking, really wanting to release a lot. Like, seriously, I do not want to take, I don't want to get a storage. There's certain things that I'm just like, I don't want to keep anymore. And so I'm like, I got a lot to do, and I'm going to call in like assistance. Like, I don't have to do this alone. I think that's a big thing. And I think calling over some fam to help me pack and to just like help me get rid of some things. And even if I got like, my intention is, I don't necessarily want a small storage, because I don't want to necessarily pay for the fee and then have to go back to Virginia at some point in time to just like randomly grab this stuff. Like, I'm at this point, I'm like anchoring in a move here, and then from there, you know, making this my portal spot, making this my space, my home temple, that home base, because having a home base at the beach, that's been the dream. And we're doing it. We're finally doing it. And it's kind of scary as shit. And it has me with all these questions. But I'm trusting myself. I'm trusting God. Trusting Goddess. And really allowing myself to dream. And to like really like allow myself to be happier. I think that's such a big thing, is like really allowing myself to be happier in life, just because I've gone through so much, you know, a lot of trauma and a lot of like family stuff, and just really like been on the path of healing for years. and I'm always like, that's my path. Of course, I'm a healer. I'm gonna continue being on the path. It's just, there comes a point where you like recognize, like, I've healed that. I no longer need to heal this thing. I no longer have to keep addressing the wound again and again and again. I can just say it's healed, it's done, and move forward in life. So yeah, confirmation from my birds. Lots of love, everybody. Thank you for listening to my beautiful share. There's so much that I could say, but I'm gonna leave it here at 20 minutes. Mahalo. I also want to say that I'm going to Hawaii for my birthday. So we're about to come down here. We're about to work, you know, perform, do my little thing, be at the beach, soak up the rays, right? Like, have you seen my skin? Hello. I'm fucking thriving here. Mi tropical, baby. So we're gonna do Hawaii, and then I also planned on doing Costa Rica in the fall. So we're gonna make it happen. And I'm really excited. And I love you guys. Have an amazing day. Mwah. Look in the mirror, tell yourself that you love yourself and that you're gorgeous, you're amazing, you're sexy, you're a doll, you're rich, you're abundant. All right, I'm gone. Until next time, stream my music. Love you lots. Ciao. Aloha.